What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Friday. Get ready for another episode of Unpopular Opinion. I'm your host, GRANxJEFE, joined as always by my co-host, OgxRAW. Hey, bro, what's going on, man?
Hey, good
What
morning,
about that
man.
game last night?
Oh, that game was everything, man. Everything I wanted, everything I could wish for. I always pray on the Warriors' downfall.
You and me both. Yeah, I hate them.
I'm sick of them winning, and what James Harden did to them last night, I hope it crushed them for the rest of the season.
And speaking of James Harden, before we get started, however you guys are listening, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, Breaker, thank you for all the support. All my YouTube listeners, appreciate the support. But let's go ahead and get right into it, man. And we have an interview coming up later on, so you guys stay tuned for that. Got some nice, gonna cook some up for you guys. But speaking of the game, man, what happened last night, man?
James Harden
was down by 20 points.
James Harden had 44 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists. And not to include, he hit the buzzer beater in overtime over two defenders. And the defenders were Draymond and Klay Thompson. Dude, that dude has taken the Rockets to another level. His offense is so great right now. I don't see the Rockets losing as long as he keeps being on this tear, man.
Yeah, he's been on a tear, man. Another 40-point triple-double last night. You know, he's been playing literally outside of his mind. But I'm going to take a different approach there. He was clutch to tie the game at 119 all. I didn't like his next three shot selections. The step back three from 97 feet to win the game in regulation. That was a terrible shot. I thought another shot that was go ahead.
But that's his shot. That trademark step back three.
No, I didn't like that shot though. That was like a 40-foot. That was like a 40-foot bomb. And when you only needed 1 point, just get to the line, James Harden. You are James Harden. Any other time you'll be be trying to get to the free throw line. All you need is 1 point to win the game.
This is true. That is true.
A step back. That step back three was damn near from the logo.
But you know how they are nowadays. Everyone's infatuated with the three ball.
Yeah, as if 2 points don't also count as a game winner. You know, I don't really understand that. And then in overtime, I thought when he drove to the basket, I thought that was a terrible play. He did get the foul, so no harm, no foul there. And then the game winner. Listen, he made it. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Because he made it. You can't talk trash when they make it.
That was a terrible shot. And one of my friends, one of my best friends, my brother, that I grew up with, I had put on Facebook last night, James Harden is shooting his team out of the game. And this was when he was just putting up bad shot after bad shot down the stretch in fourth quarter. I mean, in overtime. And after that shot, he commented with the eye emoji under that post. And I said, I won't be reactionary because of the results that happened. Yes, he made it, but that was a terrible, terrible shot. Now, they probably shouldn't have been there anyways because KD stepped 10 times out of bounds and never even
got called. That's the thing about the replays.
We just talked about it yesterday. We just talked about it yesterday.
About this yesterday on the show. I swear, bro, like this is what they do. This is what they do, man. Like it kills me. Every time.
I mean, he literally took 6 steps out of bounds. He never got in bounds. You know how some people when they tiptoeing that line, they stepping in and out, he was literally out of bounds. Every step he took, he was out
with the fans.
he was on the other side of the Golden State Warriors that's on the baseline. Like he was where the cameramen are at. He was literally almost stepping on top of those guys. And for the referee to not even look at that,
That's insane.
And James
That's
Harden seen it right
insane,
away.
man.
He was pointing like, because he's like right there, like he's out of bounds. And then they
That's that
scored on
home
that
court
play.
advantage.
And they scored on that play, which really could have been detrimental to the Houston Rockets if James Harden had missed that last three. Because at that point they were up to, the Warriors was, because of that blatant. I don't know, where was the referee at? There was even no referee in sight over there.
But,
there's supposed to be three referees.
So clear, he didn't even have to be in sight. You could have just looked down court and saw KD was out of bounds.
True. There's supposed to be three referees on the court. I'm pretty sure one is at the top, one is on the baseline, and one is kind of playing in the middle.
Yeah.
Nobody seen that? No, nobody thought to say,
that
okay, this is the last 2-minute report. Let's look at this. Let's take a look at it. But yeah, I for me though, James Harden, I thought that was a terrible shot. But the 44 points, you can't argue it. This guy is proven to be one of the top offensive scorers that we have in the league right now. Go ahead.
And I that's another thing. I won't go out and just say he's the greatest offensive player I've ever seen.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
He's really good right now.
Yeah.
He's really good right now. I like what he's doing.
And that's what I said on RTF this morning. I said there's no way that I could say he's top 5, but I definitely think that he's in the discussion of gifted offensive weapons. When we're talking about at 6'7", to be able that can handle the ball, that can dunk on you, that can finish at the rim in traffic, that can shoot the three, that can shoot the mid range. I just think there's a lot of stuff that he can that he does offensively, but he does get a lot of help from the referees, which is the reason why I can't put him in that discussion of the top, but he's definitely around the discussion.
Oh yeah, most definitely he's around the discussion. You talking about a guy who's averaging 33.6 points a game, and his mindset is to score. And he can pass the ball too.
He's an underrated passer. Too. He's an underrated passer.
That pick and roll that him and Clint Capella run, they've run it the best I've seen in the NBA since the
Steve Nash, Mark Stoudemire.
Yeah, since the decline of the big man. So he can pass that rock too. And there was a couple situations where they tried to trap him in. He was able to get the ball to Austin Rivers, for a good shot, Gerald Green for a good shot. So his passing, don't let that go underrated as well.
Yeah. Before we get to the interview, before we take a break and get to the interview, I want to ask you something else from another game that happened last night. Did you expect Kawhi Leonard, because during warm-ups, when they played the video tribute for him and Danny Green, at one point they were talking about not even doing it. So classy organization that the Spurs are, they gave him the video tribute. This guy helped win you a championship. This guy also was a finals MVP, a big part of the reason why y'all won, because if he had not been there, LeBron James probably could have averaged 35. And I think they probably would have been out of that. Did you expect to hear so many boos literally the entire game?
No, I didn't. I really thought, the Spurs fans loved Kawhi. I didn't think, they would boo him as much, but that was just something totally out of context. I did not see that coming, man. I actually thought they would welcome him with open arms, him and Danny.
Oh, they love Danny. They was cheering Danny like crazy. Danny went over there and hugged Popovich before the game and slapped hands with assistant coaches, and him and Lamar Aldridge, they hug. I didn't see none of that from Kawhi. And honestly, I seen a different Kawhi last night, a more vocal Kawhi. You could tell what that game meant to the San Antonio, and he really wanted to have a good night, and he did. His team just got blown off the floor because that Spurs team was just that Spurs team, man. They were hyped. They felt the energy from that crowd, and they didn't want to let they fans down, and they wanted to show Kawhi Leonard, this is what you're missing out on, And on the other side, DeMar DeRozan wanted to show Toronto, like, yeah, this is what you got rid of. I'm what you got rid of, and I just think that was more of a lopsided thing. I didn't see them booing him as much. I thought they would boo him obviously for a little bit, but literally the whole entire. You know how dedicated you got to be to boo somebody every time they touch the ball for 2 hours.
That's just like the Lakers saying booing Paul George for no reason,
yes,
just because he didn't want to come there.
Just because he didn't want to come. It's absolutely crazy. You know, you have that much energy in you every time a guy get the ball. You boo him. That's absolutely amazing. But we will be right back. Right after the break, we're gonna come back. Michel Buccheister. The interview with Michel Buccheister. Big Blue Breakdown Mornings with Mike. Just for clicks. We'll be right back.